32 entered, 4 remain in the MLS NEXT Cup playoffs. The U19 age group, our focus today, and we start with the first of 2 semifinals. Cedar Stars Academy out of Bergen, New Jersey, taking on Orlando City in the semis today. Later on this morning, we'll have LA Galaxy and Real Salt Lake in the other semifinal. The final coming up on Sunday from Murfreesboro, Tennessee's Richard Siegel Soccer Complex. Welcome you to the broadcast booth here in Tennessee alongside former MLS striker Kalen Carr. My name's Evan Weston. Kalen, these two teams have been scoring goals for fun. They've shown a lot of exciting talent, and now they'll meet together with a chance to go to the final. Yeah, bragging rights and a trophy on the line. And you mentioned how the field has whittled down, but the talent has also as well. And, you know, it's MLS Next, but this is right now. Some of these players right now, I'm calling first-team matches. Gustavo Caraballo from Orlando City played against New York City, a match that I called at Yankee Stadium early this season on Apple TV, MLS Season Pass. So the talent that's being committed to these tournaments is absolutely fantastic, and we're going to see a bunch of names continue to emerge from this crop. Yeah, Orlando City is loaded. 5 first-teamers in this side. They won the GA Cup in the U18 age group back in April, and they enter likely as the favorites to win it all here this week. Yeah, they were just dominant in Sarasota, Florida just about a month ago, and you know, I've run it back, bringing these players back together. Justin Ellis has just really emerged, continued his good run of form throughout this year. It's a name that I expect to see in the first team at some point with the U.S. Youth National Team. Just a really talented striker. They rode him and Caraballo, and you can see as the lineup comes forward, they've been able to ride this group consistently. They've got a nice little base in the 4-2-3-1 that we see throughout Orlando City's system. So from the youth academy all the way to the first team, there's really a clear identity from Orlando City. Meanwhile, Cedar Stars have knocked off 2 MLS academies, including a 2-1 win over the New York Red Bulls in the quarterfinals. They have shown a lot of gumption coming here and taking on some of the best MLS has to offer. Yeah, they were really good on set piece opportunities, and that's what it comes down to often in tournament play. You see the quick throw here. Anytime the ball goes out of bounds, they're looking to go quickly, counter, see if they can use those front 2 up top who have just been deadly, but you have to be alert against them because they have the talent, the ability to make this happen. I'm keeping an eye on Junior Juf right up top and Amadou Han. Those 2 right up front. You know, physical presence, they can hold up the ball, also beat you one-on-one on the dribble. So have to be careful if you're Orlando, because if you give them an inch, they can really hurt you. Orlando City, Cedar Stars Academy, just about set to get going. The winner to Sunday's final to lift MLS NEXT Cup. LA Galaxy, Real Salt Lake coming up at 12:30 Eastern here on the MLS YouTube channel. And of course, every one of our 4 Spotlight Championship games will be streamed over the weekend. Captains Matthew Eager for Cedar Stars and Jackson Platts for Orlando City exchanging pleasantries at midfield. The Lions, GA Cup champs, won the U17 MLS NEXT Cup back in 2021. A key member of that team, Alex Freeman, now starring for the U.S. men's national team, started their win over Saudi Arabia last night. That's the big question here at this tournament every year. Who will be next? Who's that next big star? Keep an eye on that number 10, Gustavo Caraballo, 16 years old, one of the youngest players in the U19 tournament, considered Orlando's top prospect. Meanwhile, Cedar Stars, Amadou Han, you mentioned him, he's also a 2008 sophomore at St. Benedict's, the #1 high school team in the country. Has popped up with the Philadelphia Union U19, scored 2 goals at GA Cup for them, now playing for Cedar Stars here this week, and has 2 goals in 3 games in this tournament. I was talking to Jalil Anibaba yesterday and mentioned how big a fan he was of Han and Junior Juf, the Grand Canyon commit, who's also been electric going forward in this tournament. After I finished calling my match, I came and watched the Cedar Stars match that you guys were calling, and you could see the talent, especially up front, the ability to go one-on-one, the physical presence, the aerial ability, and you know, overall from both teams, and just this tournament, looking broadly, it's incredible to see how quickly you can go from playing here at 8:30 a.m. kickoffs to suddenly playing with the U.S. men's national team
in front of sold-out crowds, being rumored, linked abroad to Europe, and that's how quickly it can happen for these guys. We already see players coming in like Caraballo, who carries some of the responsibility of knowing what first-team football is like at the MLS level, and coming down here and playing more of a leadership role for Orlando City to see if he can carry them once again to another trophy.
Justin Ellis set to kick off for Orlando. Semifinal action. MLS Next Cup, the U19s, the oldest age group here at this tournament. And an early handball on William Altiers. Orlando plays similar patterns to Oscar Pareja's first team throughout their academy. They like to have the ball, be the protagonists, as Pareja says. Zakaria Taifi launching it forward. This is going to fall for Bernardo Gonçalves. Tried the little back heel and nothing doing. We'll go back the other way.
Yeah, but that's something I've enjoyed from this tournament, is seeing how the tactical identity and game model shifts between different teams, and then also within clubs. You see the way the LA Galaxy RSL play later today. Similar style of play. Great run here from Caraballo.
Caraballo down the right, plays it in front, and Bizama, pardon, the Cedar Stars goalkeeper, managed to keep that from going out. It's an Orlando throw. Slight change to the starting lineup. It looks like Pedro Cruz is in as the number 10 for Orlando, number 26 in purple. Not Fabian Loyola through the middle. Tossed in. Taifi had a hat trick against Global Innovation FC in the round of 32. Here's Gusky with a blast. That curls well wide. Alan Gusky, one of 5 first-team players in the 11 for Orlando City in this game.
And you can see just coming down this right-hand side early, Orlando City, the first touch goes wide, and it's an ambitious strike from distance, but how you set the tone early in these matches is really important. You mentioned the early kickoff, and if you can set the tone, be the protagonist, put the game in your terms, see Orlando City setting the intent.
Bizama, St. John's committed goalkeeper. Cedar Stars will look to play out of the back. Nascimento. They'll try to target those two, Juf and Han. Ajabang does well to get away from some pressure. Cedar Stars building out with their captain Eager. Looking up the line. And back towards Han. Now Juve takes a swing at it, but couldn't make solid contact, and it'll come back to Orlando goalkeeper Juan Rojas. Simon Gorsowski, the right back, will go very high for Cedar Stars. The Altiers up there as well. They want to get the ball to their big two up top. Here's Tahir Reed Brown. One deflected by Altiers, out for an Orlando throw-in. Orlando needed extra time to win the GA Cup final, but they got it done. Caraballo in the extra period had the winner. He's already got 2 goals for Orlando City's first team in the US Open Cup earlier this year. Here's Gusky, who played last weekend against the Colorado Rapids and came straight to Nashville to feature for the U19s. This is technically the U18 team for Orlando. The MLS U18 sides are playing up an age at MLS Next Cup against the Elite Academy U19 sides. Here's Caraballo. And good work there by Tanjagora. Get that one out of play.
This is earlier. The dangers of being a photographer on the sidelines.
Watch the equipment there. Hopefully both the camera and the camera operator were all right there.
Got to work to get that shot.
Yeah. Taifi pushing it in. Ajibang heads it away. Tanjagora. Turned back by Gusky. Ellis trying to make a play on it. Fall towards Caraballo. He'll walk it out for throw-in.
Caraballo, you can see it's going to have a lot of the energy, the inertia coming over to this right-hand side. Orlando City want to get him on the ball as much as possible. You can see in just that first few moments his ability, the ball at his feet, to just kind of glide by guys effortlessly. That's why he's the youngest homegrown in Orlando City history and being monitored already by teams in Europe.
Caraballo trying to find Cruz. Good work in midfield by Ajibang. Juf looking to turn. Gusky there to clean it up. Kwaku Ajibang, a big prospect for Cedar Stars. Interestingly, Orlando City has a rookie defensive midfielder, Jerron Gerbet, out of Clemson, who has really impressed this year. Ajibang is a Clemson commit. Certainly has designs on being the next in a long line of Tigers to make it in Major League Soccer.
Yeah, I was thinking of a few of them. Stu Holden, not a bad name. I believe also Oguche Onyewu, who I played against when I was in college against Clemson.
Joe Bendick, too.
That's true.
Goalkeeper, another Orlando City connection there.
Some good names on that list. Although something tells me they wouldn't be going to college if they were in this new era.
Possibly, yeah. Things are so different now, and I know it's got to be interesting for you calling these tournaments, Kalen, to see just how far we've come as a soccer nation with developing young players, and where MLS has been on the front foot with that as Caraballo sets up for a set piece here.
Yeah, but the biggest one is I'm looking at this match right now in Caraballo, and I watch him play with the first team on the weekends, and I commentate on those matches, and I really love what Orlando City have done as far as putting these players in different environments, asking him to be the leader, to carry this team, where maybe with the first team he's coming in to try to make a difference.
Swings one into the box just over the head of Reed Brown, and it's out for a goal kick. Orlando says that glanced the head of a Cedar Stars player, but the referee disagrees, and Bazama will have a goal kick. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, it's a good ball in, just trying to get it up and over that first line of pressure and sending numbers across. It's difficult to tell from that angle.
Yeah, did it graze a hair follicle, perhaps?
Either way, have to be very careful on set pieces on both directions. That's such a big part of tournament play. I don't care if it's from the Club World Cup, MLS Next Cup. All of these tournaments play have to be very solid, not just in the run of play, but alert, efficient in set piece opportunities.
It's Ben Wadling, the left wing back, wandling back to Tanjagora. Now Gorsowski trying to save it, manages to get it in. Platz heads away from Juf. Back towards Ajibang. This is really good here from Cedar Stars. Gorsowski off of Reed Brown. They'll get a corner out of it. That very wide 3-5-2 Cedar Stars are playing, causing some problems there for Orlando, and they'll have the game's first corner.
Yeah, being able to tilt the field in the other direction, have had to withstand some pressure early on in this match, and then those two strikers want to be able to create space for them, and the best way to do that is by picking and probing into those wide areas. They're going to take their time with this setup here, but see a mix here between zone, man-to-man, but have to keep an eye on Amadou Han. Big target in the box here.
Nascimento, the left center back, is taking the corner. Swings it in. Rojas just gets in the way with Han crashing the back post. Rojas, an MLS Next All-Star last year with a crucial intervention.
Yeah, it's good footwork here to just backpedal and just get a slight touch just to throw off the trajectory. You can see Han here just crashing in. It's an easy tap in from there if he doesn't get that touch. So important intervention there from Rojas.
Another corner. Headed central by Gianni Rosario. Juf goes down, shot from distance, blocked by Rojas. And Robana gets it clear. Cedar Stars with 2 decent looks on set pieces. Orlando doing just enough to keep the game level.
Yeah, and it's often the second phase of play where it gets recirculated. The second ball, it's not a great clearance there, and it ends up being struck through a crowd there, and Rojas tracks it well to get down low to it.
There's Amadou Hahn, Gusky all over him. Gonna have to keep a close eye on Hahn if you're Orlando. 2008 born, the youngest player on this Cedar Stars team, playing up 2 age levels. Most of these guys are high school seniors. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, I saw him play at GA Cup actually with Philadelphia Union. Now playing with Cedar Stars, but just really talented player.
Into the box, Altiers can't get it down. Clever run there and a great ball in, just couldn't control it.
It's a great run in here from Altiers. As both strikers have vacated that space, you have to then come crashing in from a deep lying position. Number 10 Altiers comes in, just not able to get on top of that, but it's the right movement in the box there.
Blasted back towards Rojas here by Cedar Stars.
It's been a good start for Cedar Stars, you have to say. Those first few minutes, it felt like Orlando City was going to be the protagonist, put the game on their terms, and been able to bounce back into this and push the game towards the other end. You can see from balls in wide areas, set pieces. It's going to be the formula for them.
Trying to prevent Justin Ellis from combining. Do a good job there to win the ball off him, draw a foul. Ellis turned 18 last month, made his MLS debut on his 18th birthday. Not on a homegrown deal just yet, but certainly feels like a matter of time. Meanwhile, that free kick, whatever the plan was, did not come off for Cedar Stars.
Yeah, Ellis is a really interesting one for me. I got to watch him quite a bit at the GA Cup, and you just get the sense that he has this calmness about him that you don't often see from strikers of this age, and he's got a really unique profile. He can hold up the ball, roll you, very technical, can find the pass. We've seen the finishing ability as well, and really interesting prospect.
Cruz towards Ellis. Ellis somehow gets away with it, and then Gorsowski cleans it up. His ball in front of Tanjagora is a bit long. Altiers takes it off the turf as Judelson and Tanjagora canceled themselves out. Now Juf, all that power, moving his way through the Orlando midfield. Gorsowski curling in from wing back, headed down by Robana. Gonsalves combining with Ellis and pushed from behind by Eager, free kick.
You can see there's going to be a battle in the midfield.
This is a high-level game, though, Kalen. You could see the talent on these two sides.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a handball here. You can't get any clearer. The referee allows the advantage to go the other direction, and you're going to see that battle, that scrap in the midfield. A lot of talent on either side, especially in attacking positions, but who wins that midfield battle? You gotta do it by any means necessary.
Dylan Judelson, I think, perhaps made an assumption about a foul that was not coming.
I think he got away with one there.
Yeah. Reed Brown, switch out to Caraballo. Lovely touch from the GA Cup MVP. Attacking Wandling. And they double him, smart. Tanjagora wins it away. Ajabeng to Nascimento, and Cedar Stars relieves the pressure again. Wandling sliding it across to Gianni Rosario in the middle of that back three. Kalen, what's your take on this one through 15 minutes?
It's been cagey. I think that's what you expect when you get to a semifinal. Either team wanting to take too many risks to begin with, waiting for their opportunities to to get it to their star men and see if they can make something happen. But right now, I'd say the midfield battle right now, they've often bypassed it. You can see these long balls, the big switches, trying to isolate these wingers on both sides so far.
Reed Brown trying to walk that one away, and with a powerful shove, earns the goal kick for his side.
That's good use of the body here, just to step in front from Reed Brown, not having to win that one, understanding that that's going to go out for a goal kick.
We know Orlando likes their big athletic young fullbacks. Reed Brown, nearly the athletic profile of Alex Freeman. 6'2", 190 pounds, great athlete. Really young player, but one that they're very high on for the future.
What a season Freeman is having.
Yeah, it's pretty outrageous. Stepped up from the next pro level to pretty much instantly become the best right back in MLS, and very likely going to start the All-Star game in Austin next month. He's starting for the national team. Those rumors already swirling about European links.
Yeah, and the impressive part for me too is he's playing different roles. He's not going into the national team and being asked to do what he does with Orlando City, playing high and wide and pressing forward, coming back to track back defensively. He's playing in a three-back system. He's a third center back often and doing it, showing his quality.
Grosowski, ball in, gets through everyone. Hahn was there, just couldn't make contact. Another half chance for Cedar Stars.
Yeah, do a good job going from one side to the next and playing this quickly. We saw this in their last round against Red Bull. They were able to catch them unaware, and once again, looking to catch off guard a little bit from Orlando City, with Juve playing it out wide and then playing that early ball in.
Orlando struggling to handle the power and pace of Junior Juve so far. It's good work under pressure from the Lions. Reed Brown. We'll slow it up now as Cedar Stars drop back with that back five. Here's Platts. Another one that will certainly get some homegrown consideration for Orlando. Lions had often come under some criticism the last few years for not getting their academy players into the first team enough, and it was certainly hard for them to do so with the talent that they've acquired. They've been in the playoffs the last 5 years, but this year that has changed dramatically, as they've finally got a class of players they feel is good enough to unseat veterans.
Yeah, I think also when you start to see winning trophies at these levels with GA Cup, that's going to draw attention as well.
Ellis finds Caraballo in the penalty area. A lot of work to do for the 16-year-old. He earns a corner.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Justin Ellis get involved too much, and he just drifts off the line there to come a little bit deeper, has the freedom to come get some touches, plays the big switch all the way across to Caraballo, see if he can get isolated, end up with this corner kick.
Caraballo with that cultured left foot. Try and get Orlando the lead here on a corner kick. Caraballo seems to want players to get a little bit deeper here. He'll swerve it in, punched away by Bazama. Confident goalkeeping there from the future St. John's player. Ball pushed back in, gets by everybody, and Robana can't save it. Well, that was right between Platts and Bazama. Unfortunately for Cedar Stars, it goes out without any further drama.
That's a good ball, just in between, asking questions, and those are difficult ones for goalkeepers to judge, especially with players crashing in, and Bazama fortunate there.
Cruz wins the ball back for Orlando. Here's Ellis against Nascimento. Trying to twist out of trouble, and it's good work from Cedar Stars to win it back without conceding the corner. Ajabang. There's a foul on Caraballo. Cedar Stars holding up very well against the GA Cup champs. Made a statement in the round of 32 on Saturday. They just destroyed San Jose 5-1. Beat Sockers FC in the round of 16 1-0, and then got by Red Bulls 2-1 in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Ajabang from distance, right at Rojas.
Yeah, this Orlando City team, you mentioned their big win over San Jose. I mean, it's probably one of the stronger sides we've seen at this tournament, probably in some years even. Speaking to some scouts and agents, they've said the same thing about them, even comparing them to the San Jose 2022 group with Emi Ochoa, Chakiris, Cruz Medina, Verhoeven, a bunch of players that we now see in first teams across MLS. And this Orlando City team is, as you know quite well, stacked coming in, playing with first team minutes.
Yeah, basically anyone who is age eligible, Orlando City brought. Their intention is to come and win these things, get their academy on the national stage, and so far so good here in 2025. Juve draws a foul on Cruz. Or, no, they're gonna go the other way. Cedar Stars not happy about it, but Juve ruled to be the one at fault here.
Juve keeping possession here, holding off the challenge.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that arm comes a little high there.
Good catch by the referee.
Just to push off. It's fine to use your body as leverage, but once it gets elevated to that range, that's where you're going to find yourself in a little bit of an issue, and the referee rightly spots it. You could see the technical footwork there from Junior Juve, just so comfortable with the ball at his feet, using his ability to just twist and turn around several Orlando City defenders.
Juve is going to play for Grand Canyon this fall. Popped up with the Red Bulls at GA Cup. Love to see the MLS and Elite Academies sharing players and working together.
Well, he was giving Red Bull a hard time in their last match. I can promise you that. I was on the sideline watching that one up close, and just his ability to cut at the last second, a little bit of deception.
Yeah, I bet they wished he was playing for them in that game.
Even if you're old friends, sometimes teammates get to the tournament, and hey.
Platts fouls Hahn off the ball. That's going to set up a tasty free kick here for Cedar Stars. Talk about physicality. Hahn just causes so many problems.
Yeah, you can see it's tight in this midfield here.
Rabana
off the ball there, just that extra bit of physicality before, and now gives up a set piece in a dangerous position. We've seen Cedar Stars score from similar spots actually in this tournament, and it's often the second ball. They look to drop one over the top and then knock it down across, and that's where they can be dangerous. I think this one's gonna go up and over though.
We've got Juve and Hahn in the penalty area. 4 players over the ball at the moment for Cedar Stars. Now Ajabang drops off a little bit. All tiers as well. It's a shot, and it's well over from Tanjagora. You were right, they went for it. Tanjagora unable to hit the target. Rojas will have another goal kick. Pretty even halfway through this first half.
Yeah, it's been a competitive start, and both teams have not allowed space, especially in the middle. It's been really physical. I've seen a few fouls off the ball.
We're going to have Rojas retake the goal kick here. Referee wanting to make sure this thing doesn't break down. A lot of soccer left to be played. Chance to go to the MLS Next Cup final on Sunday on the line. We have full coverage of the U19 semis here today. LA Galaxy RSL 12:30 Eastern in the second of the two games here for Murfreesboro, Tennessee today.
This is going to be another really good one coming up right after this one that our colleagues will be on. But yeah, LA Galaxy beating LAFC 5-1 earlier.
Wow. Had a little El Tráfico Joven on Wednesday. Has not been the year for the first team for the LA Galaxy after their MLS Cup triumph last year, but their academy has always been a top one. Joof, clever move, playing in Altiers. William Altiers looking for help, knocked back by Typhy and won by Judelson. Ellis, lovely little poke out to Caraballo, trying to ease through a couple of defenders, and Tanjigora has done a good job bottling him up so far. Wins it from him again. Here's Eager, the Cedar Stars captain. He's going over the top for Joof. Typhy will watch it out for goal kick.
Yeah, and this is a skill on offer here from Joof. It's just a clever little nutmeg here, just right in between, and then outside of the right foot pass in to that space, searching for Altiers. But that's what Joof can bring to the game, that unpredictability and that technique to go one-on-one.
Reed Brown wins the ball for Orlando. Gonsalves wide to Ellis. Justin Ellis charging in. Gonsalves, little 1-2, and Rosario with a big play to get it away from Ellis, who would have been clean through on goal. Judelson. Ellis. Searching for an option here. With the nutmeg, the cutback pushed away by Bazama for a corner. Justin Ellis showing off the techers inside the box.
Yeah, he can be so dangerous when he drops off the line, but here on the half turn is where I think he can be really special, getting faced up, using his body positioning. You don't have to touch the ball much to beat a guy, and clever nutmeg, maybe just one touch sooner to release that, but beautiful footwork right on that edge of the box area from Ellis.
Judelson for the corner as Orlando look for the early lead. Lions have scored 15 goals in 3 games in this tournament. Cedar Stars able to keep them off the board longer than any team has so far. Towards the back of the area, off the back of the head of the defender there, and out to Tanjigora, who's going to get away here for Cedar Stars. Joof looking to break. Gonsalves there to save it for Orlando. Well, with Joof and Hahn up there, you've got to be on high alert at all times on the counterattack for Cedar Stars. If you're Orlando defending in transition. Orlando building again with Reed Brown. Huda Typhy just earned a homegrown contract a few weeks ago. Can play all across the back line and in defensive midfield. Has mostly played right back for Orlando City B this year. Ellis turning on Eager. And the Cedar Stars captain gets a touch on the ball. Ellis sprays it to Reed Brown. Orlando playing through their center forward quite a bit here. Judelson. Back into Platts. Cedar Stars pin back a little bit here. Typhy. Wide to Caraballo, coming off the touchline. That is a trademark for Orlando City, that inverted right winger who's a left-footed player. Caraballo filling that role here. Down the left corner as Gorsowski gets it away from Reed Brown. Orlando's starting to cook here. They've got another set piece.
Yeah, and Cedar Stars having to sit a little bit deeper, staying compact as Orlando City dominating possession in these last few minutes, and that allows them to get those fullbacks in higher areas with Reed Brown streaking in, looking for that ball in behind, and Gorkowski had to come across and put that one out safety.
Judelson another corner. 30th minute. Towards the back of the area, Platts off the bar. Closest either team has come. Now it's Judelson, broken up by Hahn. Hajibang will get there under pressure, but he eases it away to Eager. Nicely done. Orlando threatening from the corner. They'll have it back with Gonsalves. What a chance there for Orlando City, Kalen.
Yeah, that was excellent header to elevate like that, to get up and redirect that one towards that far side, and did not miss by much. Inches away from finding the lead in this match early on for Orlando.
So we had a goal on the field behind us. Still so much action here. Showcase games as well. MLS Next Cup. There were hundreds of teams in attendance. Ellis takes an elbow to the back. Free kick Orlando. And now a yellow card for delaying the game to Cedar Stars. I think that was Wandling. We'll check on that. Here's that last header. Jackson Platts this close.
Yeah, Platt does so well to get up here. You can just see the ability to elevate, and he does the right thing to try to go across the frame towards that back post to give it some time to come down, and just kisses off that crossbar.
Caraballo on the free kick. Orlando putting Cedar Stars under a lot of pressure these last 5 minutes. They've got another set piece here to try and take the lead. Gustavo Caraballo turns it in, headed away by Hahn. Judelson towards Reed Brown, who wasn't quite ready for it, but he'll come up with it. There was no yellow card issued in the end, just a warning on that previous play for delay of game, so yet to have a booking in this match.
Yeah, but you can see Cedar Stars just dropping their line of pressure a little bit here, just waiting towards that half line and allowing Orlando City to keep a longer stretch of possession. That's seen them push their fullbacks into higher positions. Justin Ellis has had to come off the line a little bit to get involved. It can be frustrating sometimes as a 9 to just be in that crowd. You can see how narrow they are, not allowing any time and space in that midfield to break through, and Orlando City having to stay patient, see if they can find a way through in those wide areas.
Reed Brown switches it to Caraballo. Immediately draws that two-man attention. Tanjagora has been all over him. Cedar Stars is going to pretty good job neutralizing Orlando City's best player. With the Lions in control of the proceedings at the moment. Taifi. Platt's just standing on the ball here. The Lions trying to figure out how to break down this back five of Cedar Stars. Here's Gusky, again turns it back.
Not the Blues. This kid.
Caught in a bit of a stalemate here.
Yeah, both teams comfortable though. I think both teams comfortable. Cedar Stars will feel good about this setup, not wanting to allow any time and space, especially Really see them step up just a little bit. This is where Orlando City wants to tempt them to come out to see if they can create some space in behind them.
Taifi launching it. Gorsowski header. Gonna fall towards Altiers. Reed Brown giving chase. And out for an Orlando throw. Catch the future stars of Major League Soccer in action at the 2025 MLS Next All-Star Game. Presented by Allstate as 44 of the best young talents from across North America faced off in the East versus West showdown. It streams Monday, July 21st at 7:30 Central from Palmer Field, the home of Austin FC2. Streaming right here on the MLS YouTube channel. If you're in Austin, join us live. Admission is free and open to the public. I know how excited you are to see East versus West again. Certainly going to be a couple of these Orlando players involved in that, you would imagine. The turnover in midfield by the Lions. Here's Juf. This is what Orlando doesn't want to see. Juf leaves it out for Ajabang. Here's the cross. Rojas gathers in front of Han.
And Juf will play up top, but often drop a little bit underneath, and you can see with time and space, just comfortable looking towards Ajiman out on this left-hand side, coming across that. But good play from Rojas to come off his line.
Ajabang maybe not quite the contact he was looking for. He's the number 6. You don't see him pop up in those positions too often. It's Reed Brown. And you're right, Orlando happy to keep the ball. Cedar Stars happy to sit in that mid block and make Orlando come to them. We've drawn a bit of a stalemate late in this first half. Here's Taifi. Caraballo dropping behind halfway. Ellis trying to lay it off to Gusky. Didn't quite come off, but there was a foul. Free kick for Orlando City. Kwaku Ajabang, the responsible party. U19 final will be the last game played here at MLS Next Cup. The marquee match on Sunday, late morning here in Nashville, early afternoon Eastern time. Some possession now for Cedar Stars. It's Tanjagora. Rosario. Bring it up from deep. Looking to go through. What a ball that is. He's got Han in the penalty area. Amadou Han stumbles a bit, stays on his feet, trying to get some space here around Reed Brown, and he can't do it. And it's only as far as Wandling. Tanjagora will run this down on the touchline. Cedar Stars pushing for the opener. Gusky clears away with authority. All the way up the line, and like a bowling ball, that's going to stay in. Important here, though, Kalen, for Cedar Stars to have a little bit of possession.
Yeah, just to catch their breath a little bit and make Orlando City chase. But even still, that little ball in behind was really clever to find Amadou Han in time and space, and well defended in the end by Reed Brown to read that one, understanding he's going to go to that left foot when he can. And
that was Rosario in the middle of the back three that played that ball into Han. Here's Nascimento. He'll switch it towards Gorsowski. Reed Brown heading towards midfield. And Orlando will have a throw in.
Yeah, here's this ball in behind, and it just comes in from the back shoulder from Han. Really clever here, and he's always going to try to just wedge his way through. He's looking towards that far post if he can create an inch, but really well closed down there from Reed Brown.
Orlando back on the ball with their center backs, Robana and Platts, who hit the crossbar on a corner kick, the closest either team has come thus far to breaking the deadlock. Reed Brown racing forward, going to get there in front of Gorsowski. Orlando moving forward. Gonsalves. Cedar Stars do well to get their shape back together. Now it's Platts across the halfway line into midfield for Cruz. Broken up. That was Juf who got in the way. Now Altiers frees it out to Wandling.
But Cedar Stars have done a good job defending in those narrow parts of the field. Anytime Orlando City have tried to find a way through there, they've brought numbers. Ajabang has done a really good job of building out a pressure as well, too.
You haven't really been able to get Cruz in the game at all. In that number 10 position. Simon Gorsowski scored the opener against Red Bulls off that set piece in the quarterfinals. Send it forward, Robana, off of Hahn. Neither team has quite been able to involve their star players to the degree that they'd want.
I'll just get down and shoulder it.
Seen Hahn and Juf have moments, but haven't really been able to display that power and creativity, and meanwhile Caraballo has been very quiet for Orlando.
I think part of that is just where we are in the tournament, where teams have seen a lot of each other. You're able to set up a game plan. There's time in between to scout and set up a good system to combat the strength of the other side.
Gonsalves to the middle, knocked back by Ellis, but straight to Tanjagora. Bakari Tanjagora back to Ajabang. And wide for Wandling. Tanjagora again against Taifi and Caraballo. Reroutes it, Wandling into the box. Rojas claiming, knocks it down. Hahn a shot, it's trickling. And finally a foul called against Hahn, free kick.
It was a strange one because it didn't seem like the whistle was blown initially. Ball served in, and you can see Hahn coming in for it. And Rojas goes down with some contact, but it didn't seem to be whistled right away. You can see the arm coming maybe right at that midsection, but if you're Hahn, play to the whistle, try to put that one in.
It was Judelson who jumped in to prevent that from softly rolling into the back of the net. Ultimately didn't matter. But another scare from Cedar Stars. Cruz again unable to get free. Nascimento shielding the ball, wins a throw-in. Baden Wandling throws it in. Juf can't hang on to it. Now Orlando looking to break, but Gonsalves led just a little bit too far. Ajabang. Gorsowski knocks it back. Coming up on halftime, I think both teams would probably take 0-0 at this point, Kalen.
Yeah, I think Cedar Stars will be the happier of the two, though, based on the profile and players that Orlando City have at their disposal and the way they've navigated this tournament so far. And I think the compact structure has been a bit of a tell for them to sit back and absorb, not allow time and space for those attacking players. We saw Ellis get isolated one-on-one, what he can do, but other than that, they've been able to withstand a lot of the pressure in this first half.
Gorsowski, early cross over the head of Hahn. Will fall back to Caraballo, gets it out of the penalty area. Cruz jockeying with Ajabang. It falls for Justin Ellis, but a foul on Cruz. Free kick, Cedar Stars.
But the longer this game stays 0-0, I think the more Cedar Stars will feel that they have a pathway to the final. Looking for any moment in transition, a set-piece opportunity like this, and the timing of it just before halftime would be massive.
Now, I think the Cedar Stars team has proved certainly this week that they have no reason to fear anybody. Even a team like Orlando that is loaded with first and second teamers. Ajibang and Nascimento over the free kick. Cedar Stars looking to go in front before the break. A little wrestling back there between Juve and Judelson. Ajibang sends it in towards Hahn, turned away by Platts. And now Taifi looking to break, guides it to Cruz. Orlando wants to go. Taifi chasing after it. Nascimento, though, will get there and dump it out for a throw-in. 1 minute added on here at the end of the first half. Taifi quickly to Caraballo. Maybe one last rush forward here from Orlando City. Ellis. Eager staying with him all the way into midfield. Ellis, you saw him try to get to that switch to Caraballo. It never came off for him. He is fouled by Juve.
Yeah, but it just needs to be a little bit quicker to get the ball off his foot and recirculate, get back into position.
Final moments here, Reed Brown. Back to Judelson. Ellis getting back into the picture. Forward into the box, Gonsalves back to goal, flicked away by Cedar Stars. Gonsalves fighting to win it back. Altiers holds up well, and that's the halftime whistle. 0-0 at the break. Jackson Platts hits the crossbar. Cedar Stars with plenty of half chances, but nothing across through 45 minutes here in the MLS Next Cup semifinals.
Yeah, it's been a cagey first half from both teams. Cedar Stars setting up defensively, not allowing any space in the middle, and then bringing numbers towards those attacking positions. We've seen Hahn and Juve get a couple of opportunities, but nothing clear-cut as of yet.
Will things open up in the second half? We'll find out in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. U19 semis from the MLS Next Cup continues next.
I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. It's a jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
You ready? MLS is game on. Don't you? On. Stars on.
Kevin Sullivan, the history maker.
30,000 friends on. Rivalries on.
New York versus New York City.
MLS, this is our soccer. Game on.
Murfreesboro is where all the magic is happening this week. Here are the MLS Next Cup playoffs. Atlanta United, a 2-1 victory over Nashville SC in the U15s to advance to the championship. AJ Ricketts, Kalen Carr. Early on, Nashville controlled, earned a penalty, which they would convert.
Yeah, Nashville, the home team, came out and were the aggressors to begin with in this match. It was a really good run in behind from Rodriguez, who gets fouled and then steps up himself, cuts it across, the celebrations, and all of Nashville had the momentum, but credit to Atlanta United. They continue to pick and probe, move it from one side to the next. It's an excellent ball across from Martinez, and then finds the other winger, Gonzalo Riveras, brings them back level. That shifted the momentum in this match.
That was the 21st goal of the season for Riveras. High degree of difficulty on that finish, but he wasn't done, Kalen.
Yeah, he was alert in the box, sets his feet well, steps back, ready for any drop down, and then just a compact finish towards that back post, and the celebration, once again, is second of the match already, and Atlanta United heading off to the final.
Real Salt Lake on to the U16 finals at the MLS Next Cup playoffs. 3-0 scoreline, but to start this one, Jalil Anibaba, it was pretty cagey for most of this match.
Yeah, as much as Inter Miami was able to keep Parker off the score sheet, you cannot prevent this young man from wreaking havoc. Excellent stuff here, showing his speed, showing his intelligence, physicality to skate past 3 or 4 Inter Miami defenders here, but what you're looking at is the first clear-cut chance of the game. But guess who it is clearing it off the back of the line? It is Sorga. This is excellent stuff here. This is why he is tasked with leading that back line. And for me, if you're going to give 2 or 3 men in the matches, he's going to be one of them here. And look, this is the moment that changed the match completely, Evan.
Rylan Hashimoto, he's got to be the man of the match. When you score an Olympico in the 80th minute, that completely changed the complexion. RSL was able to get out on the break and put this one away emphatically.
Yeah, Route 1 football gets the second opportunity. I told you that Parker is a handful to deal with, but guess who's reaping the benefits? It's Silva. He says, oh yeah, we're going to celebrate. We're going to turn this into a highlight situation here. Bring out all the cameras, bring out all the social media, because if you see me on Instagram, remember my name, Silva, absolutely balling. And then, hey, yup, we are ready to celebrate. We're ready to go into the next round, and that's what you get when you're able to turn Route 1 football into goal-scoring opportunities. And Wilson says, I want to join the party too, Evan. Don't forget about me. I can slot it home, and then I can make everybody understand that I'm willing and ready to be counted. Celebrate to the corner. Just a little shoulder shrug, because I don't know who's going to the final if it's not RSL.
RSL, the GA Cup champs, trying to bring home MLS Next Cup on Saturday.
This summer, the center of the soccer world is right here. The world's best, the world's game, all in your backyard. 4 major moments. One summer like no other. Learn more at mlssoccer.com/summer.
MLS debutant Kevin Sullivan. Luna. Yes! That is a banger! Absolute scorcher! Spectacular save from Dane St. Clair.
Welcome back to the Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. U19 semis, Orlando City Cedar Stars. Have chances for both sides, but nothing across, Kalen Carr.
Yeah, Hana's the target here, and it's an important touch there from Rojas just to push that one out to danger. And set pieces were a big part of this. We knew that coming into the game. It's always a big part of tournament play, but excellent header. It just kisses right off the crossbar.
Jackson Platts came the closest to scoring in that first half for either team.
Yeah, once again, Cedar Stars just trying to win the ball and go quickly down that left-hand side. Ajabang trying to whip that ball across. Once again, this comes from the left, and they're looking for Amadou Han. Presence in the air there, and just gets called for the contact. Wasn't initially whistled, thought he might be able to try to just finish that one anyways to put it in the back of the net there, but they want to continue to apply pressure on Rojas to test him coming off his line there, but it's been a cagey first half from both teams so far.
Orlando City, a lot of the possession, but their only real chance came on that set piece for Jackson Platts. Meanwhile, Cedar Stars in that wide 3-5-2, trying to play a little on the counter. Here goes Orlando looking for Caraballo. Nascimento got it wide. Gusky wins it back from Tanjagora. This was a physical first 45 minutes, and certainly looks like it's going to be that way the whole way down, with a chance to reach the final on Sunday. On the line, we'll have LA Galaxy and Real Salt Lake in our second semifinal in the U19 division later on today. That game is going to stream here on the MLS YouTube channel at 12:30 Eastern time. We'll have a corner for Cedar Stars. Han causing problems for Robana down the right. With Kalen Carr, I'm Evan Weston. Thanks for joining us this morning. Wherever you are tuning in from, Orlando, New Jersey, or elsewhere. It's been two of the best teams all year in MLS Next, and set up here for an explosive second half. Brian Nascimento on to take the first corner of the second period. Juf and Han both in the 6-yard box for Cedar Stars. Spiraling in, off the hands of Rojas, and he gets a second chance at it and gathers it. Juan Rojas with a spill, but it bounced right back to him.
Yeah, with the in-swinger, you always want to ask questions of the goalkeeper to put numbers around him, and a few nervy moments from Rojas here. Just releasing off that position, but has to catch that one to corral it, not allow time and space or any opportunity on the knockdown for Cedar Stars there.
So Orlando can breathe a sigh of relief. Now they'll play out of the back. This was the dynamic for much of the first half. Orlando holding court, and Cedar Stars happy to let them, sitting in that mid block with their back five.
Yeah, and Orlando just hoping to tempt Cedar Stars out just a little bit. You can see a few times even the way they step on the ball and stand on it and wait, just trying to absorb some of that pressure.
Caraballo plays in Gusky, looking for Ellis making a run to the right. It'll bounce to Pedro Cruz. Caraballo, GA Cup MVP to the GA Cup Golden Boot winner, Justin Ellis. Nothing doing down that right-hand side. Ellis staying wide. Taifi goes on the overlap. Zakaria Taifi, a couple of touches into the penalty area, slides it across, turned away by Rosario. Comfortable, confident defending, but a turnover by Wandling. Orlando back with it with Colin Gusky. Shielding the ball from Tanjagora, but Cedar Stars nearly break away. Judelson cleans it up for the Lions.
And the referee has consistently let play go on through that physicality that you mentioned, Evan, and just being in the semifinal, understanding it's gonna be a battle throughout the game, but players have to adjust as well to understand, hey, that call might not be coming, and you have to continue to play on.
Gusky floating it wide ahead of Gonsalves, headed back by Gorsowski. Gonsalves keeping it from Ajabang. Ajabang, though, stays with it, wins it from Judelson, looking for Juf, poked away by Robana, but it's another corner.
Ajabang has done a really good job in this match so far, continuing to push forward from that deep-lying midfield position. Just as a third runner alongside that front two, coming from deep, good in possession, tracking back to double down on the Orlando City players, especially Ellis and Caraballo, adding numbers defensively. He's been all over the pitch.
Nascimento, another corner for Cedar Stars.
I'll drop this one right on top of Rojas. Drop the last one. Some same questions. You can see the numbers crowding around him and see if you might be able to pick one off.
Reed Brown marking Hahn. That's been a great matchup. In it goes. Caraballo gets up for the header, and then a foul against Cedar Stars. Amadou Hahn, the guilty party. Don't necessarily expect Gustavo Caraballo to be the first man to head the ball on a set piece, but got himself up there. Nice play by the young man. Orlando playing out once again. 5 minutes into the second half, still locked in a stalemate. Surely LA Galaxy and RSL watching on, as they'll play next to determine our U19 final on Sunday. Floated in over the top. Wandling just away from Rojas. Taifi comes away with it. Another nervy moment from Juan Rojas, the 2024 MLS Next All-Star. Now Caraballo draws a foul, tries to go quickly, and it's picked off. Now Cemento trying to catch Rojas out, not even close.
Cedar Stars have been the more alert, active side to begin this second half, pouncing on balls, looking to go quick, asking questions, searching behind that back line of Orlando City, and have to see if they can find a foothold, and in some ways just upping the tempo a little bit. Right now it's been a little bit plodding. Cedar Stars being comfortable in their defensive shape, and just pick up the tempo a little bit to add, make Cedar Stars chase a little bit.
Reed Brown into Judelson, picked off by Ajibang. He's been so good in that midfield for Cedar Stars, combining with Tanjagora here. Bakari Tanjagora coming forward. Leaves it for Wandling on the left wing. Baden Wandling slides it in, turned on by Juf, but wide. Cedar Stars continue to knock on the door of Orlando City. Good start to the half for the New Jersey side.
Yeah, and it's a really good ball in too, recognizing you have Amadou Hahn who's going to draw attention, and then the runners in behind can cause problems, and Juf, it's a difficult one because he's got to redirect it almost directly behind him. He's not able to put that one on frame there, but another good opportunity.
Caraballo coming towards the second ball. Wandling pokes it away. Sent forward by Taifi, falls for Ellis. Ellis with a nice move to get away from Ajibang. Leaves it for Reed Brown. Now Orlando can advance. Reed Brown accelerates. Ajibang breaks it up and wins the ball. Kwaku Ajibang, the future Clemson Tiger, starting to dominate in midfield for Cedar Stars.
And I love that he keeps possession as well, to switch modalities from being the combative six to win that ball back. Had to get it right and did, and then keeping possession.
Both Juf and Hahn take a tumble. Foul given. Hahn asking for a card for Robana. Referee seems to be letting him off with a warning.
Yeah, and this one's off the ball as well, so you can see that running behind and just clips him. It's a tactical foul, but we've seen a few of these calls from the referee so far, and he's been consistent. Hasn't given out the yellow card, has given more of a talking to instead. And
there's still no yellow cards in this match. I can't imagine that's going to last too much longer, but thus far he's been able to keep things under control. Here's the free kick from Brian Nascimento. Took a shot from about this far earlier. That skied over the crossbar. He's got Wandling there as well. Leave it for Nascimento. Clips it in. Reed Brown heads away, corner. It's been all Cedar Stars here in the second half as they push for the lead.
You can see 4 players from Cedar Stars dropped right on that goal line.
Platts with a thumping header away, and then a foul against Cedar Stars inside the box. Joof this time. Cedar Stars, though, the team in the ascendancy. How can Orlando turn this around and start to create a little bit for their forward players?
I think there's a difference between being patient in possession and at times just needing to up the tempo a little bit. And there's a challenge for this man right here and Caraballo and Ellis. How do you get involved in a match where you have a team set up defensively, but their structure is to try to bring numbers to you and not allow you any time and space? And I've seen Ellis drop off a few times and sometimes stepping forward. This is a good run here.
Reed Brown on his way forward. And this time Ajibang is called for a foul. Orlando were trying to go quickly with Cruz. They'll make him take it back as we see the foul here. Good run by Reed Brown.
Yeah, great run from Reed Brown, but watch the track here. Really good just to put his body in between. I don't see a foul there.
I agree with you.
For all the calls that the referee has allowed, that physicality, I just think he gets in a really good spot to put his body in between to win that position, and unfortunately the call goes against him.
Yeah, that looked good, and Ajibang has continued to play it. Terrific game, but referee gives Orlando City a free kick. We'll see if they can take advantage here. Judelson standing over the ball. Joof being forced backwards by the referee, along with Altiers. Orlando City crowding the top of the penalty area as they look to score against the run of play here in the 57th minute. Judelson, a line drive in, headed away comfortably by Hahn. Cruz knocking it back into the mixer. Eager sends it down. Typhy fighting for it. And a foul against Orlando. Ajibang gets a little ball don't lie revenge there. And it's a free kick for Cedar Stars. Tanjigora racing past Caraballo. Typhy in to smother it. Beautifully timed challenge from the recent homegrown signee. Talk to people around Orlando City, they'll say few players have improved year over year quite the way Zakaria Typhy has. Very bright future for the 19-year-old.
It was a great tackle there. Mentioned Alex Freeman playing in that spot. We'll see how long he'll be around in Orlando in purple.
Good point. I mean, they had an above-average starting right back last year in Dagerdan Thorhaldsen, who's still on the roster. That lost his spot at no fault of his own. Just Alex Freeman became undeniable.
Yeah, just a whole different proposition. Thorhaldsen, more of a converted winger, can play in a number of different positions.
Here's an opportunity for Junior Joof! Off the post! Hahn on the rebound! Falling away from him, now back to goal, leaves it back, Altiers wide! What an opportunity for Cedar Stars. Junior Joof gets in, flag stays down, he hits the post with a hammer.
It's a great ball from Ajibang in behind, and perfect technique, does exactly what you want to strike it right across the frame towards that back post, low and hard from Junior Joof, and just desperately unlucky that this does not go in. Great first touch and great confidence to strike it low and hard to the back post, and oh man, just inches away from finding lead in this match.
But it feels like it's coming for Cedar Stars right now. Orlando just up against it. They haven't been able to create much of anything.
And once again, Ajibong has just had his fingerprints all over this match.
Caraballo swerving through. Can he create some magic? 1-2 with Ellis. Caraballo outside the area. Pressured tightly by Nascimento. Trying to turn on him. A lot of contact, and finally the whistle comes in. Free kick to Orlando. Caraballo trying to take matters into his own hands, or feet, as it were.
Yeah, it's good technique here. Both battling, you can see each with a hand on each other's shirt. Haven't seen a lot from Caraballo. It almost seems like sometimes giving up a big chance can wake up a team, and so maybe Orlando will get some life with that not going in.
Caraballo staying right over the ball to take what is a glorified corner here for Orlando. And Reed Brown right next to the goalkeeper for the Lions. Referee wants to have a word with him and Gianni Rosario. Nicholas Bazama hasn't had much to do since the first 25 minutes of this game or so. Orange-clad goalkeeper for Cedar Stars awaiting this free kick. Just across the hour mark, no score in our first of two U19 semifinals at MLS NEXT Cup. Caraballo whips it in, headed away by Amadou Hahn. Platts trying to get a second phase to this, but Tanjagora gets it away, and now a throw-in coming for Cedar Stars. As Orlando perhaps look to their bench to flip the script a little bit here. Cedar Stars, though, yet to actually capitalize on all of their strong play here in the first 16 minutes of the second half. Junior Juve hitting the post moments ago. They look for him again. Reed Brown turns it away. And they're going to get Korsowski for the foul. Free kick Orlando. Feels like the goal is coming, one way or the other. Be pretty surprised if this one went 0-0 to penalties, the way these two teams have been playing here this week. Especially Orlando with 15 goals in their first 3 games to be shut out and really kept pretty quiet through the first 62 minutes. Ellis here to rescue this loose ball. Slips one in. Gonçalves! Couldn't hit the target. A little better from Orlando here.
Yeah, picking up a second ball, and this is really where I like to see Ellis just in that little pocket coming off and then finding the pass just in between that seam there, and seemed like maybe rushed it just a little bit as far as that final action, but winning balls and in more advanced positions. We haven't seen a lot of that from Orlando City. A really good sequence of play there, finding Ellis in that pocket.
If you squint, you could see Luis Muriel to Martin Ojeda right there in purple. It's a goal we've seen for the first team. Gonçalves with a one-timer just couldn't hit the target. Now Bazama will get the goal kick as we get our first sub. Korsowski, the right wing back, will come off, replaced by Henry Rosenfeld.
Do you see some similarities between Ellis and Muriel as far as their player profile or the way they play?
Yeah, I think you've got a guy in Ellis who is not just a target forward, right? You know, in that Duncan McGuire mold. He's really one that's going to want to drop off the line and combine the way that Muriel does. Of course, Muriel's technical ability, world class. Spent a long, long time in Serie A. Had a very disappointing first season in MLS, but has been fantastic in year 2, having recommitted to his fitness, and he called it getting into MLS mode. Reminded me a lot of what Gonzalo Higuain had to say when he came to Major League Soccer. Just, a bunch of these veterans will come in now and just underestimate the pace and level of the league. And both of those guys managed to turn it around and show their quality. But certainly Ellis right in the mix as a potential number 9 of the future for Orlando. Muriella, 34 years old, only under contract through next year.
Wealth of options for Orlando, though, with Miro Enrique. Duncan McGuire, I know, is injured right now. That shoulder fixed, but been able to find a lot of good strikers from all over, different profiles.
Ellis draws a foul. Got caught there and clearly in a lot of pain.
You can see Ellis just back to goal here. Takes that first touch and it's just a little bit of a bite there coming in.
Gianni Rosario was the one who caught him. And the first yellow card of the game to Rosario, 65th minute. Judelson will step over the ball here for Orlando City. They've managed to calm things down a little bit since the junior Juve chance that hit the post. Line drive from Judelson, past everyone. They just look like they're lacking a little sharpness, Orlando, in each phase at the moment.
Yeah, I think credit to Cedar Stars. They've made it difficult for them as far as their tactical approach defensively. Not allowed any time and space in the middle, and then have shifted well when it's come into the wide areas. And I think the physicality of the game, number of matches, the minutes played right now suits them.
Good ball over the top by Rosario. Juve around Rojas, who's out of his goal, and Juve can't get it back on target. More adventure for Rojas out of the back, and Juve again threatening.
Yeah, just looking in behind. It's a great run, and see Rojas is way off his line there, outside the box, can't come out and clear it. He's perhaps fortunate that Juve's touch takes him a little bit wider and not able to put that one on target.
Despite the danger of junior Juve, still scoreless. And Reed Brown was just booked for Orlando. Any idea what that's about?
I didn't see that one, but anytime that Cedar Stars can turn Orlando City around, looking in behind, that's where they've been really dangerous. That's where Juve was able to get that one where he struck it off the post, and once again, same formula. I expect them to continue to pick and probe in behind Orlando.
Lions with control now. It's Platts. And another change waiting for Cedar Stars. Orlando yet to go to the bench. Looks like Xavier Abidjan is going to come in for Cedar Stars. He had the second. It was ultimately the winning goal for them against the Red Bulls in the quarterfinals. On that quick throw in from Juve. He snuck in behind everybody, and the Red Bulls kind of fell asleep.
Sometimes that can be the difference, especially in a game like this that's been tightly contested, set piece, somebody going to sleep, making a mistake, can be the difference.
Gonsalves. Gusky. Ellis back to goal, looking to turn. Flicking it over the top. Colin Gusky pops it into the air, trying to get it to himself. Rosenfeld to intercept. Gusky goes down in the area from Eager, then it's Ellis with a snapshot that's straight at Bazama. Rosario a little shaken up. Chaotic little sequence there in the box.
It's a good play from Orlando, though, and they find Ellis. You can just see the way he seals off his defender, but how he gets on the half turn is important because that just opens up enough space. Cedar Stars should not allow that time and space to turn there, but clever from him just to try to lift that one over the top. It doesn't quite come off there, but they continue to try to find that opportunity, but nothing clean on target.
All tears off for Abidjan. Meanwhile, Fabian Loyola getting ready for Orlando. Another first-team player. Loyola, Chilean youth international who has missed several months this year with an injury, just came back about a month ago. Orlando being deliberate with his playing time early on. He replaces Pedro Cruz. Zama walking it out to Rosario as we get back underway. Under 20 minutes and stoppage time to go. Still 0-0 in this tightly contested semifinal. Here's Juf working against Reed Brown. Takes it inside. Trying to get to the byline. Reed Brown with a tackle to stop the ball, and Judelson gets it out of danger. Good defending from Reed Brown, now on a yellow. And Gonsalves with a foul as he lost the ball there. Abidjan draws the free kick, and now Cedar Stars can set up for set play.
A good repress there from Loyola to come back and win that ball as Orlando were looking to get out quick, and now sets up another dangerous ball. And we've seen a few times him try to test Rojas to come right off his line and send numbers crashing in front of him.
Nascimento and Ajabang set up over the ball. It'll be Nascimento. Curls it in. Good header away there by Jackson Platts. Caraballo trying to get out on the break. Good play from Wandling to slow him up. Rosenfeld. Shoot it back down the other way. Reed Brown winning the ball back for Orlando now. Gonsalves. Ellis have to hold things up here. Does well. Loyola through the middle, slipping in Gustavo Caraballo. Caraballo is in. Caraballo scores! Instant impact from Loyola, who plays in Caraballo, and it's the GA Cup MVP who breaks the deadlock for Orlando City.
This is so well worked from Orlando City, playing it up into their 9, Ellis laying it off and then finding that ball in behind. The Caraballo just runs directly at it, sets himself up, picks out that far post and tucks it in. Orlando City have been desperately waiting for their opportunity in the break in time and space, and they find their danger man, and Caraballo makes the difference.
It's been a frustrating game for Caraballo. Tanjagora and Nascimento have done a good job to bottle him up on that right-hand side, but a player of his quality just needs one moment. And how about that ball in from Fabian Loyola? That was his first touch right in off the bench. He picks up an assist.
Yeah, the pace of it was big. Going from one end quickly, simple layoffs.
Let's do it.
Pushing Cedar Stars as they get stepped up higher. That leaves space in behind, and that is not the man you want to leave coming in, cutting in on that left foot from the right flank. And Caraballo tucks it in.
Rosenfeld, as Cedar Stars look to answer quickly. It's cleared away by Orlando. Now Ellis. That also turn away from Ajibang. Caraballo racing forward again. Ajibang wins it cleanly. Cedar Stars now with a sense of urgency. Tanjagora looking for Juve between the lines. Taifi there to leave it from him, and Rojas got it into himself. Could we see Gustavo Caraballo or any of these Orlando players at the MLS Next All-Star Game? It will take place on Monday, July 21st, 7:30 p.m. 44 of the best young talents from across North America will face off in an East versus West showdown. 7:30 p.m. Central will stream live on the MLS YouTube channel from Palmer Field, home of Austin FC2. We'd love to see you live. Admission free and open to the public. All-Star Week in Austin, as we see this little exchange between the two sides here.
Yeah, you can see Rojas just waiting, taking his time here, and then these two pushing at each other. Little frustration seeping in for Cedar Stars here. They've had their opportunities. Junior Juve had the best of it. Smashing it off that back post, was unlucky to not see that one go in, but you have to keep your head in these moments and not let the frustration get the best of you.
You see Juve and the captain eager, trying to calm him down as he remonstrates with the official. 1-0 Orlando through Caraballo. Referee now going to consult the linesman here.
You know, it'll be the contact to the face that would be what they're discussing.
Yeah.
With Junior Juve putting his hands high to the face of Taifi, I believe it was.
Yes. And that can be a red card if the official determines malicious hands to the face here, and he's going to bring Juve over. It's a yellow for Taifi and a red for Junior Juve. Wow. So Junior Juve sent off a massive blow for Cedar Stars' hopes to come back in this game. And his MLS Next Cup will be over, as even if Cedar Stars were to come back and advance, he would be suspended from the final.
Yeah, and Rojas does the right thing, just trying to see out the game. And you can see the way he came across here. It was just coming in front, rightly defended by Taifi, but right there, when you dig your hands to the face like that, it's a big mistake. He lets the emotions get the better of him, and now with not much time left in the game, one of their best attacking options is no longer able to participate.
Cedar Stars now down a man, down a goal, up against it here late. Orlando City with a major advantage now as they look to advance to another final. Having won the GA Cup, looking to add MLS Next Cup to the trophy case. Back to it here with Juan Rojas. It'll fall, and substitute in for Cedar Stars, Elvis Apia, will get going there down the left. Apia replacing the left wing back Wandling. And is that inside or outside the box? Referee kind of pointed back to the spot and then forward. Platts fouling Apia. Cedar Stars think they should have a penalty. It looks like it's been signaled a free kick. More controversy. And another yellow card out. This one's going to be for Jackson Platts.
It was a really good run to pick this up and continue to drive forward from the substitute and just pushing down the line, beating one, and then just continuing to drive forward, using that pace, taking that extra touch, and for me, that's just outside the box there. Get a good look at this here. Yeah, the tackle clearly outside the box, so not a penalty, but excellent opportunity for Cedar Stars to see if they can find their way level.
So 3 of the 4 defenders on the Orlando back 4 have a yellow card. Elvis Apia, instant impact off the bench as he subs in at left wing back for Wandling. He'll get over the free kick here. Elvis Apia, the oldest member of Cedar Stars, Bergen's U19 side, a late 2005 birthday. Here comes his free kick. Angled shot, Rojas with a save, out for a corner. Tried to sneak it in that first post, and Rojas was ready.
Yeah, it's a difficult angle, and it just goes right at that near post, and Rojas does well to not cheat coming off that line there. He stays disciplined in his position, gets that right hand to it.
Corner towards the back of the area, headed away. Justin Ellis. Now Cemento, shot blocked. They'll keep it alive with Apia. Cedar Stars pushing for the equalizer. Judelson walking him off the ball and out for a goal kick. Orlando City under heavy pressure. It doesn't look like Cedar Stars is playing with Tenn. They are pushing with urgency for that equalizing goal. Orlando seeing it out for the moment. Ellis flicks it along, but it'll fall back for Nascimento and Bazama. Cedar Stars has made their 3 substitution windows. This will be the 10 that they see this out with as they try to get back even, force penalties here, down to 10 men after Junior Juve sent off. Gustavo Caraballo's goal holding up for Orlando. Here's Apia. Swings it across over Ajibang. He'll recover it on the byline. Back to Rosenfeld. Crosses blocked by Gonsalves. Ajibang against Reed Brown. Rosenfeld. Eager sends one into the mixer. Over the head of Apia. He just can't control it. Gonna get away from Taifi.
It's unlucky, but Apia's been really lively since coming in. That's what you want to do as a substitute, to try to bring that energy, some of that enthusiasm. Drew the foul. Overall, has been a nuisance.
Ellis does so well to keep the ball there through multiple defenders. Now Caraballo. 1-2 between the 10 and the 9. Here is Ellis. Into the penalty area. Rosario walls him off well. Caraballo fighting to win it back, but he couldn't contain it, out for a goal kick.
See these two interchanging well, and Ellis tries to go with speed right here coming across, but it's really good positioning there from Rosario to come across. It's been a battle. Even late here, you can see these two. Some afters happening between both sides. That's the final on the line. It's been a physical one from start to finish.
84th minute, 1-0 Orlando. Cedar Stars down to 10. But the Lions willing to concede possession here. Goes towards Appia again. He'll keep it away from Platts. Appia very threatening, Kalen, as you mentioned, since coming on. Tanjagora squeezes back to Nascimento. Rosenfeld from the right, flicks it in. Robana heads away. And Gonsalves wiped out by Eager. Free kick. And Eager is booked. Yeah, there were not a lot of cards. There were none for the first hour. They have come fast and furious over the last 20 minutes. 5 yellows and a red.
Yeah, this one's just late. You can see he's
Ooh,
exposed.
that's an orange card.
Coming in with the repress, not wanting to allow Orlando to get out there. And yeah, you mentioned it. Not a lot of yellows. It's been physical from the start, though, but these last 20 minutes or so, I've seen a ton of them.
Cedar Stars, you can see how much this tournament means to these guys. Emotions are high. Teams are going to gather at the benches here. Try to get some information as soon as we can as to why the game has been delayed here briefly. As it stands, Orlando leading 1-0 through Gustavo Caraballo. Winner advancing to the final. Our next game, Real Salt Lake versus LA Galaxy. Looks like we are good to get back to the action here momentarily. With 3 minutes left until what should be a good chunk of added time here. Took about 3 minutes to suss out the red card situation with Juve. And another couple of minutes here.
45 minutes of extra time.
Rojas. Back to the action. Off the head of Tanjagora and down to Elvis Appia. Appia again driving forward. Appia all on his lonesome, and Plax pokes it away. Judelson, beautiful ball forward, and Ellis now will try and hold up play. And a free kick given as he's pulled from behind by Nascimento. And a yellow card shown to Bakari Tanjagora.
Yeah, I think that's for kicking the ball away, which doesn't suit his needs.
I was going to say, you're chasing the game.
Anyways.
You want the ball played as soon as possible. But you could see the frustration for Cedar Stars. They fought so hard. Such a talented group of players. They've shown a ton of heart here.
Yeah, and all you're hoping for is just one last chance, one opportunity, maybe a ball in behind. See if you can create something.
Eager looking for Hahn, but it's knocked down by Orlando. Reed Brown floats it forward. Beautiful ball to find Gonçalves. Orlando looking to kill the game right here. Bernardo Gonçalves in. Looking for Ellis, knocked away by Nascimento. Comes out to Loyola. Chilean Youth International had the assist on the Orlando goal. Here he goes. Tanjagora stands him up. Nicely done. Now towards Gonçalves, poked away. It's out for a Cedar Stars throw-in. Good defending there from Tanjagora. Final minute of regular time. Bizama through midfield for Ajibang, picked off by Platts. Jackson Platts taking it forward. Platts with a rip. Now, why not? Well, it doesn't come all that close. It's a goal kick. Bizama needs a ball. They finally track one down for him.
Yeah, you mentioned it, though. I'd be interested to see how much added time is put on here. A few stoppages of play. There may be more time for Cedar Stars than they think right now.
Here's Apia. A little trouble getting it out of his feet. Here he comes. Breaking inside on Taifi. Ajibang. He's had such an influence. Ajibang forward. Tanjagora wide. Cut back. Gusky clears off the top of the 6. And Caraballo. Cushion touch off his noggin to get it away from Nascimento and draw the foul. And a little more pushing and shoving. Caraballo goes quickly. Here goes Justin Ellis. Ellis swerving around.
Good patience.
Loyola now. Fabian Loyola into the penalty area. Loyola, shot blocked by Eager. 6 minutes, that's all. Feels a little bit light for Cedar Stars. Really thought we'd have more in the 8 to 10 range. They're gonna make Cedar Stars take the free kick from further back. Surprised at 6?
It's difficult to track. I feel like it sounds about right. I think pretty close, but I think there's still plenty of time left, and Orlando City have had a few chances to try to kill this game and haven't been able to use those numerical advantages, and now set piece opportunity, still leaving a lifeline left for Cedar Stars in this match.
We're gonna have a corner here for Cedar Stars. Man advantage tends not to matter too much on set pieces. Here it comes. Flicked on and in! Amadou Han has tied the game for Cedar Stars in the 92nd minute. It's the youngest player on the team, their star sophomore striker.
And what a time to find the back of the net. He comes off away from goal and is able to redirect it down a man in added time, no less. And Cedar Stars, through Amadou Han, are right back in this.
Down a man in second half stoppage time. Cedar Stars has come back to equalize. This team has worn their heart on their sleeves this morning, and they get the goal they have so urgently chased. Amadou Han is third of the tournament, none more vital.
And you have to say Orlando will feel that they've left the door open for them, had a few chances to either go to the corner and kill the game or go for a goal, elected to try to see if they could find that second goal to put them out of reach, and instead they've left Cedar Stars in it. Set piece opportunity. See the way that Han was able to rise up and put that one in. A fantastic goal for him, and a lot of character for Cedar Stars to find their way back in this.
Here's Loyola, good threaded ball. Loyola in for Justin Ellis, just off the post. They're gonna pull it back for an Orlando free kick.
We'll get a look at this here. Cedar Stars sitting in, find that little pocket. Loyola, you can see the late tackle coming in. It's a clear foul from Ajibang. as he releases it, you can see just that late tackle coming in, and Justin Ellis is right there on the doorstep, and it just trickles off that far post. Doesn't go in, but Orlando City still with the chance, with the referee pulling this one back right on top of the box here.
Gustavo Caraballo, who scored Orlando's goal, will try to beat the wall and Bazama to send them on to the final right here. Amadou Hans, equalizer, standing up for the moment. Orlando pushing for the win. Caraballo, the 16-year-old phenom, drives it high over the bar.
It's a perfect spot for him, and saw him score a goal. The dying moments in added time in GA Cup to lift the trophy for Orlando just a month ago, and standing on top of this one with a really good look at it, tries to go up and over the wall and ultimately can't quite get that dip.
Bazama taking his time. About a minute left. A penalty kick shootout would then decide who faces the winner of LA Galaxy and RSL in Sunday's final. Apia settles this one down. Could Cedar Stars have a bite at the apple late? Apia. Ajabang in, headed in by Orlando! Cedar Stars have done it at the death! An astonishing, miraculous comeback for Cedar Stars Academy Bergen!
And you can see what it means to them. You thought maybe they were going to go to the corner flag, and instead they recirculate it, and it's the first time ball from Ajibong, who has been everywhere this match, down a goal and down a man in added time, and they've come back and gotten two, and it's desperately unfortunate for Orlando City, with Platts nodding this one into the back of his own net, but full marks to Cedar Stars, who haven't given up. They've continued to fight, they've scrapped their way, and maybe now, with the dying moments, have found their way to the final of MLS Next Cup. What a story.
It looked all but lost for Cedar Stars. Their best player, Junior Jupe, sent off, trailing a 0-0 in second half stoppage time. And somehow, some way, they scored twice in the 6 minutes added on to go ahead. Now Orlando, one last-ditch effort. Gusky draws a foul on Hahn off the kickoff. Cedar Stars had a yellow card taken by the technical area and all of that. Here's Orlando. Caraballo. Judelson. Wide. Gonsalves clips it in. Loyola on the backside. To the middle. It's Ellis. Rebounds right to Bazama. And it's over. Cedar Stars Academy Bergen with an all-time comeback at MLS Next Cup. They are on to Sunday's final. And Kalen, you can see what it means for these young players. They left it all out there. 2 goals in second half stoppage time, and on the other side, absolute heartbreak for Orlando City, who are knocked out in shocking fashion, just moments away from their own opportunity to add to their trophy case.
Yeah, and make no mistake about it, this Orlando City team is a tough out. 15 goals in 3 matches, tons of talent, first team players, 5 of them coming back for this tournament, and had the lead through Caraballo, their 16-year-old phenom. And up a man, Cedar Stars down a man, could have easily folded, but continued to fight and found their way back in dramatic fashion, one of the all-time comebacks in MLS Next Cup history.
Amadou Hahn, our man of the match, had the equalizer and was right there for the winner as well.
Yeah, you could just see the way he came off the back line. It's so difficult to then move away from goal and then get the trajectory right to put it in the back of the net here. And was pressing on the second one that forced the own goal, and just alone as the striker had to do the role by himself with Juf off with the red card. And full credit to Cedar Stars. What a fantastic performance to the final.
Well, we are not done. Coming up at 12:30 Eastern, RSL LA Galaxy. AJ Ricketts and Jalil Anibaba will have the call. For Kalen Carr and all of us here at MLS Next, my name's Evan Weston. Thanks for joining us for this thriller. Cedar Stars 2-1 over Orlando in the semis.
This copyrighted broadcast of the 2025 MLS Next Cup may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer and Player Development, LLC.